What's going on, guys? This is JT. This is my wonderful, beautiful crypto den. And today we are covering an exciting topic. If you were to ask me, I'm actually going to cover one of the things that I am a fan of, I invest in. So I am biased, but I highly recommend you look into this project. And that project would be Hedera. Before we get into it, if you could please like, comment, subscribe, let me know if this stuff is helpful. I want to be of value to you, especially in such a tumultuous time. We're going into an iffy situation, macroeconomically speaking. My heart goes out to you. We all need to take care of one another in these times. We all need to be mindful of people's ability to perform, what they can and can't do, and just don't judge and be a positive light in others' experience here. So, that being said, if you got some spare shekel to throw around here, okay, Hedera is quite an exciting project for a lot of reasons. One is transaction throughput. We talk about the technology on this channel a lot. That's going to be a big factor to drive this home. Okay, transaction throughput is basically how many transactions a network can do in a second. To give you an idea, Web 2 standards are roughly about 400,000 per second. If you were to think about Visa and how many cards swipe and their transaction processing system and all of that stuff, their settlement layer, about 400,000 transactions a second. There's not one blockchain except for Hedera right now as I speak that can meet that throughput, which is pretty exciting. Ethereum is just now, I think, at 100,000 since it went to proof of stake. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go through my channel. I talk about consensus models. I talk about settlements. You'll understand everything if you just go back a little bit. In fact, actually, I'll link it in the description. I can do that. Yeah. So look in my description for some videos on understanding why transaction throughput is important and what a consensus model is. Next would be its market cap. It's a small company. It's at about $1 billion, $2 billion, somewhere in there. Its upside potential really doesn't have a limit. Thirdly, at the World Economic Forum, it was referenced as that part of their integration or plan for the Hyperledger Fabric developed by IBM. Hashgraph specifically will be the settlement protocol or consensus protocol for the main, I guess the new version of SWIFT, how bank-to-bank, border-to-border payments will be processed. They'll be using the chain Ripple. However, Hedera will be the underlying consensus model because of its speed. In addition to a lot of other companies that were mentioned, IOTA, XDC. There was a lot of companies doing a lot of really cool things that you should look into. But Hedera is sitting at $1 to $2 billion, and it could be one of the biggest players moving trillions of dollars a year in between countries. It sounds crazy, but do your own research, look into it. Hedera is poised to take off. Fourthly, its messaging system, I think they call it whispers or rumors maybe, but it's very interesting. Essentially, every computer on the network, it gets the transaction, let's say it's just one, and then it will send it to three, and then those singular ones of the three, right? So each individual one does the same thing. So you start getting this explosive network effect between each device on the network. I know it sounds kind of crazy and sci-fi, but what that means is the more users, the faster it gets, the more efficient it gets. At scale, this technology, who knows? It's going to be it could be a new level of interactivity that we've never seen between systems. It's a very cool technology. I highly recommend you look into it. So we're going to do a little recap before I sign off here. I'm trying to do these videos a little bit shorter. So Hedera, HBAR, very exciting project. It has the most transaction throughput of any layer 1 blockchain. Bonus. I forgot about this one. Its technology, Hashgraph, the consensus model that makes it so powerful, that is modular. So it can license out, it has a patent, it can license out that consensus layer to whomever. So when Ripple decides to use it as their consensus algorithm, or I'm sorry, consensus model, right? And Ethereum sees it doing so well, or they want to play with that international money, they want to open up the floodgates to government entities and central banks and all that stuff. They could become Ethereum could do another merge or another update like they've already done and switch their consensus model to Hashgraph and start being interoperable with the international money system or the quantum financial system in the future. Very interesting, right? So it's modular, it's the fastest. It gets better with more users. Insane. Low market cap, incredible potential. Could 100,000x. I'm not a crypto bro. That is not what I'm trying to do. Please do your own research. I personally believe that in the coming 5 to 10 years, it has a massive upside potential. I'm in this for the long haul. Please, please be mindful of that. Overall, though, we're just obsessed with technology, and I think it's going to change the world.